There are 5 components that we focus on when it comes to building a large, long-term sustaining team. I wanted to break down a little bit into maybe the next 5 episodes how to really focus and specifically how much time to put into building a team and a long-lasting team. So today will be more of an introduction of some of the things we'll cover and a quick recap, and then we'll slowly start going into more like the grooves and the depths of each and every one of them individually. So I want to talk a little bit more like a bulleted point list of what to go through. So Richard here, thanks for listening again. Welcome back to Unlocked, another episode. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. We don't have any sponsorships or anything like that. So if you can help by sending this to somebody on Slack or somebody in the office because you think their time is just better filled by listening to business stuff or whatever instead of maybe music. That's how I got myself into listening to lots of hours of podcasts. Appreciate you for sending this to somebody. Share it with your office or whatever you need and hit the bell. Okay, so 5 components. We're going to break down the 5 components in further episodes. Like I said, we're going to briefly describe them today. The first one is width, or a personally developing first generation people. So what does that mean? It is a non-negotiable, but it is not the end all be all. So you want to focus yourself on having as many people, and I would say at least 6, but it could develop to 12, 15, or 20. 6 people that run offices, 6 people on your team, 6 leaders, depends on the level you're in, but just 6 people that you can personally onboard, hire, train, and duplicate with your mindset and training, that they can get it all from you. What that looks like is the beginning of building a castle. Now, that is not what's going to build the most strength, but it is where the foundation starts. Think about the 4 legs to a chair. Think about the 6. Think about a table with 4 legs. Think about a table with 6. It just the more width, the more people that personally directly report to you. This is again if you're learning how to grow, the more stability you're going to create. But it's going to be very hard past 12, maybe 15 if you're a superhero, to manage all of these offices, all of these people. Again, depends if they're in one single location or in several. It's going to be very difficult to manage more than that, but let's say you're that person. Now, after you develop that would be number 1 component of team building here. The second one, I would say, second component of structure would be depth. So just exactly what it sounds like is finding people underneath the people I've trained. So after I have, and I need number 1, so I need my first generation, my width people, so that I can find depth, so that I can find the people that they attract and the people underneath them. It doesn't happen usually, the law of the lid, John Maxwell, but more often than you would think, people attract better people than themselves to them. Why that happens? No explanation, no evidence. But I believe it's an opportunity sometimes to build a larger team. So think about your 6, 7, 12 people is not a lot, but those 12 people could lead to 50, 100 each because everybody keeps growing, What's it going to be easier to find a leader in a group of 100 or a leader in a group of 6, 12? More likely, again, mathematically, it's going to be easier to find a leader in a group that's bigger, right? And so it's basic math, but number 1, width. Number 2 would be depth. Number 3 would be taproot. So just exactly how it sounds like, building a taproot team or leg or organization would be exactly what it sounds like. Think about the taproot to a tree. It is the taproot that feeds and nurtures and sends the nutrients and is responsible for the oxygen, the distribution of the entire tree, of all the other mini branches of the tree. The taproot organization in your team is what's going to have all the success stories, all the early accomplishments, recognition, and that is going to be the base of what your other people, other legs organizations that are in maybe not that big of a blow-up moment yet are going to see, and it's going to feed the rest of the team. So you want to have and learn to create a big taproot organization. That's number 3. Number 4 is leaders. So now that I'm building a taproot, like I'm trying to find somebody that I don't have to push. And again, the big thing with leaders is you do not make leaders, you find them. So a lot of times I'm trying to like snipe and pick at who I want my leader to be, maybe because of personal connection or whatever, you do not make leaders or winners, you find them. So that's the importance of the activity continuing and continuing and continuing, is so that you can find leaders, because leaders will show up. And again, mathematically, the larger the organization, you're not going to find a leader every day. And what I mean by a leader, I don't mean whatever qualification you have for what a leader is. I mean like a true leader, a true entrepreneur, a true person that with absolutely zero motivation, they can get up and get extremely good results. That's a leader. So that'd be number 4. Number 5, and last component would be mass. So after the Taproot, after I find maybe some leaders, through leaders, I can have less engagement, less involvement personally and physically, directly, maybe even less mentally, but I can find mass. I can find huge organizations because I found the leader that can now go and build an organization as big or bigger than mine. And that's where mass usually comes from. It doesn't come until there's a leader. So again, just to recap, 5 components of team building or structure. Number 1, it's width, first generation; depth, second and below; a third, Taproot; 4, leaders; and 5, mass. And we'll be breaking these down. Stay tuned, and we will catch you at the next one.